Mm. October 22nd, a wave of incredible energy is moving through the planet and through the collective. We've waited quite possibly thousands of years for this great shift to happen. And in this short transmission today, I want to share a couple tools that will change your life. And I intend that you're already probably using them on some level. A lot of us are kind of dipping back in and out of 3D, 5D, and beyond. However, it's really, really key to understand that your inner game is everything right now. And as we can see in the external, they, meaning those that do not want you to wake up, are completely ramping up in every area: media, advertisement, school system, medical system. It's distractionary tactics. It's all low vibrational fear-based tactics. And we can feel it. We know it. And so the number one key is to unplug from the old and begin to ascend and hold these higher frequencies within our body. And the way to do this, and this may sound obvious, you might be like, yeah, well, duh. But what's happening with so many people, including the people that I journey with every month, there's an undoing process during the first week of the 30 days of words and thoughts and stories that they're still holding on to that was part of their reality. And the only way they know how to describe where they were at and what they're moving into is to keep telling that story, because that's how they think that they'll get out of it. That's what the mind thinks. That's its common logic. However, what it does in reality is it continues to pull on those old 3D memories, scenarios, inner wounds, trauma. Hey, Katrina. And it carries those with us without us even really noticing it or consciously intending it. And so the real keys are to really be aware that timelines are speeding up. It's October 22nd in Thailand where I'm at. I'm in the future a little bit. It's Friday. And there's a lot going on that's incredible, incredible, incredible. But if you ask most people where they're sitting, they will describe to you about what they don't like about what's going on in the external, instead of going, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. And this is how we've been able to be kept kind of trapped in this 3D thing, recycling for over and over and over. So the number one key is let's look at the facts of reality. Yes, there's a lot of stuff coming up that's been hidden in the dark for a long time. People are becoming aware that the news is lying, the media is lying, the hospitals are lying. Many of the doctors are lying, or they're afraid to come out and speak the truth. There's thousands of incredible people that are putting their jobs and their butts on the line to come out and really speak their truth. And we really want to send them, well, we want to send everybody a lot of love because everybody's us. And the whole thing is to amplify this collective awakening frequency and vibration as quickly as possible. And we've got so much support right now. But the key is when we're navigating in the external, like yesterday, I was at one of my favorite Buddhist temples here near our retreat center in northern Thailand. And I go to see the wild jungle dogs and check in and take them some food and stuff. And yesterday there were thousands of people lining up to get the V. And these people in Thailand are some of the sweetest, kindest people in the world that I've ever met. However, they are very, very trusting, and they trust the tell lie vision. And 99.999999% of these people showed up all healthy. All healthy. but to do what they thought was right because they thought it was right, or they were receiving pressure from other people that would be judging them for not following the status quo. Okay? So this is how we step out of the old repeating 3D timelines. We do not need to fight. We do not need to push. It does not need to be difficult. This is where it becomes very, very key to listen to the words that you speak and to what you tell yourself. Because I'll do some posts and I'll say, okay, the shift is on and, the dark is doing its thing. And some people will say, yeah, but it's really hard and difficult. Okay? I understand that that's the experience. But if you tell the subconscious something is hard and difficult, it has no choice but to agree and then to create like vibrational timelines based on that belief. Okay? So this is where, in some ways, we fake it until we make it. Because we can go, okay, I'm going to hold my frequency. I know the shift is on. It's really, there's some real shit going on where I live in Australia or, wherever you are. However, the key is to become the conscious observer as you navigate through it. You're in a movie. You don't have to react. And this is the key. And this is the entire key moving forward, because in 5D and beyond, nobody is an automatic reactor. I talk about it in the book. You're either a conscious observer or an automatic reactor in most cases. So one of the greatest mantras that you can ever carry with you, write it down, tattoo it on your forehead in reverse. So when you look in the mirror, you can see it. Put up sticky notes. It's 3 simple words. Isn't that interesting? Instead of judging and saying what you don't like and giving it energy and feeding the hologram, which is reversed, you simply observe and say, I choose different. I don't need to fight it. I don't even need to judge it. I don't even need to give it any of my energy unless it's right in my face and I need to make a decision or I need to help somebody that's in my family or something like that. That's common sense, okay? But you can still navigate through even the darkest crap as the observer. And nothing can touch you when you do that. And so that's the whole practice. It's the whole practice moving forward forever. The higher levels of conscious awareness, magic and miracles, which aren't even really magic and miracles, they're us focusing on, wow, I love this. I love Mother Earth. I love my body. I love every cell. I love how incredible people and abundance just flows into my life every day. And anything I think of, it just shows up. And I'm connected with the most incredible people on the planet. And the whole humanity is, awakened now. And we're here, heaven on earth. And for anybody's mind that goes, yeah, well, that's not going to happen, or then you're running the 3D program. You're being convinced of something in the past and old belief systems that may be keeping you anchored and stuck. And I'm inviting you to look at the way that you are responding and look at the way, are you consciously creating your reality every morning when you wake up? Or are you just going, it's another day. Fuck, they're still pushing the V and, they still want us to wear a mask and all this stuff. I'm right in the middle of it. I'm one of the few people not wearing a mask. I breathe air. I function on air. And my body does not like it when my airways are clogged. If I need to go into a store, which is very, very rarely, maybe once a month, out of respect, I'll put on my mask, I'll go in and get what I need, and I'll be in and out in 2 to 3 minutes max, and I pull it off. I do what I have to do without fighting the old. I observe. And it doesn't mean that I'm any greater than anybody else. It just means that I used to be a judgeaholic, and I was miserable because of it. I wrote a whole chapter in this book because judgment's the biggest addiction on the planet, and how to undo it. How to undo it. It's simple. If you go through the process, spend 30 days, every single thing in your life, the way you observe, the way you see your thoughts, the words that you speak, how you create your reality, how you come back during the day and go, where's my frequency? What am I magnetizing in right now with the way I feel? Because you, me, all of us, we are walking magnets in every single moment, whether we are aware of it or not. The key is to become aware. And when we came in to this 3D world, we agreed that we would forget everything. Not only was our slate wiped clean, but we allowed our DNA to be hijacked. I mean, this is the thrill ride of all thrill rides. And yeah, a lot of it sucks. But get ready for what's about to happen and play your part in accelerating what is already accelerating right now. There is a wave after wave after wave of light and energy that's slamming the planet right now. And things are being brought into the light to be healed and cleared. And our invitation is to send love to it and go, oh, this had to happen in order for everyone to collectively wake up. And maybe some of them aren't going to. That's their choice. But New Earth has already ascended into 5D, and it's happening. So our invitation is not complain, not judge, not go, I wish, I hope. Those are weak words that say it's still not here now. Our invitation is to use words that tells our subconscious and everything around us that it's already here now. Find anything you can be happy about. Yesterday, I went into my shower out here at the retreat center. There's a frog this big, so beautiful. Last night, I saw a crab walking around our property. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I'm nowhere near the ocean. There's magic and miracles. There's flowers, there's plants, there's dragonflies, there's animals, wild jungle dogs, cats. There's music, there's art, there's getting your feet on the ground. There's eating wonderfully tasting high vibrational food and drink. There's so many things that you can do. If this was going to be your last day on the planet, how would you celebrate it? And would you find the gifts, or would you spend your last day judging and bitching and moaning? And I've done it. I was stuck in it for a long, long time. It took me 17 years of studying with my mentor, Don Miguel Ruiz. Actually 10, and then another 7 of processing after that before I put this together. And I never planned on writing a book. I was the last guy to write a book. I'm a recording engineer, guitar guy. That's my love. That's what I do. I still do it today. But I started downloading after I kept practicing this stuff. And I was like, what's not working? What's not working? Every time I judge, I feel low frequency. It took me a long time to figure that out because my automatic was to point out everything that was wrong out there. That's how the hologram, the reversed hologram, traps us. The key is get clear that it's an inner game, that you are a magnetic being, that you are so freaking powerful, and that you will no longer be pulled into judgment, fear, doubt, lack of abundance. If you feel it, notice it, and then come back and go, what would it take to adjust my magnet or even fake it so that I'm more in alignment? And that could be just as simple as going, wow, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm healthy today. I'm so grateful that I have a bed to sleep in. I'm so grateful that I have running water. I'm so grateful that I have a computer. I'm so grateful that I'm connected to people all over the world. I'm so on and on and on and on and on. You can find something to be grateful for, even if you just lost your job. It's a blessing. Trust me. Trust me. If you just lost your job or had to leave because you said, I'm not going to wear a mask, or I'm not going to get the V, there's something a million times better waiting for you. And your invitation is to trust and go, all right, let's get excited then. Even if I'm a little bit upset right now, even if I'm a little bit afraid, let's readjust. Let me reach out to somebody. Let me reach out to a friend who will mirror me, lift me up, hold my hand, whatever it is. There's no excuse, no matter where you live, and a lot of us are isolated, right? Our family's asleep. Everybody else is asleep. We're the only one that's awake. Okay? Well, look at this technology. We're connected to everybody on the planet right now. Completely connected. Hey, Pio, love you. Love you guys. I'm just talking to myself every time, so I don't forget this stuff. Okay? And then what happens is all these incredible people start to show up. They journey, they go through the course. We co-create things together. We help the wild jungle dogs. We create art. We do this, we do that, all this stuff. There's no reason that you cannot connect with like-minded people right now. There's just not. And if your ego is telling you that you feel all alone, then tune into that frequency and go, is that true? Use the mantra, isn't that interesting? Be loving and gentle on yourself, but go, isn't that interesting that I'm feeling shitty right now? And you may even want to go, fuck yeah, I'm feeling shitty right now. Get it out, move the energy. Just don't move it on anybody else. Don't project. Feel it and clear it. It's okay to scream. It's okay to jump around. It's okay to pound your arms on your mattress. This is how we heal and clear trauma and things from our childhood. It works, and it works every time. All it takes is conscious awareness to go, where is my frequency right now? Where is it? And do I like it? And am I feeling like, is how I'm feeling what I want to attract more of? This is really simple. It's really simple. It's just that we were never, ever taught this in school. We were taught what to think, not how to think, not how to process an emotion. Kids today are going to learn this in the first grade, and that's all they need to learn. They don't need to go to school for 12 to 16 years to join the club, to get a job, to give up 65 of the best years of their life to become what? Retired. It's a spell word. To recycle, tired. You know what that means. You know the game. Okay? So moving forward, we only do what we love and what we're passionate about. And if we need to do something in the meantime to get by, then we do it with excitement. And when we're excited, even if we're working somewhere that we don't love, guess what? That excitement magnetizes amazing people that go, hey, I know somebody that's looking for somebody just like you that's doing exactly what you love to do. Boom, goodbye old situation. Magnetize in what you love. Magnetize in and focus on what you love. And anything in the external that you see that you don't prefer, and maybe you can't change it immediately, just go, isn't that interesting? And I can promise you that it's happening for a reason. It's not because it's trying to harm you. It's because that's what's being held in the collective, and it needs to come into the light. And that's what's happening now more than ever. And we came here for this time. So incredible. Yeah, I can relate. I feel everything. I mean, we do. That's what we're supposed to do. And the more that we clear and heal anything that we may be holding on to, like the majority of people that I journey with every month, that I take through the 30-day transformational journey, it all starts out with forgiveness. Their mom or their dad abused them psychologically, sexually, whatever, or their boyfriend or whatever. And then that becomes a repeating pattern of a wound, not feeling good about themselves, feeling shame, guilt, attracting the same bad guys or women as partners in the relationship. Why? Because that's what their magnetic frequency is holding. So it's really easy to clear and heal. It's just that most people weren't taught how to do it, and they don't want to go into that painful spot. But when we open it up in a safe space and we just feel it, yeah, we have some tears together. Or you can pound it out on your pillows and get out the anger. But once that energy moves and you see that whatever happened to you in your lifetime was part of your agreed upon soul contract. You may not want to believe me. You don't have to believe me. Like my teacher told me, don't believe me. Don't believe yourself, but be open-minded, because the wound or the old trigger will trick you because it doesn't want to open up because it's afraid. And the ego just wants to protect you, and it wants to keep you safe. And it feels like its original job is just that. to protect you and keep you safe. So it wants to have this false sense of control. There is no control. We're flying through the frickin' universe 1 billion miles an hour. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. I don't know. I can't prove any of that. But I can tell you from my own experience that it's very easy to clear even 5, 6, 7, 8 decades of wounding. I do it with people almost every day of the week. And I'm really good at it. And I would have never said that a long time ago because, number one, if you say you're really good at something, then that's your ego speaking. You're an egotist. No, it's okay to own what you love. And anybody that's ever journeyed with me or been in a conversation knows that I hold space for them and I mirror them and we're in it together. I'm not above anybody. In fact, every single person that I journey with is my teacher, my greatest teacher. I get to learn. I get to go deeper. We get to unravel how to do it. And now it's such a quick process. It's like 30 days, your entire life, you will see the old programs and you'll go, oh my God, almost everybody's running that same program. They need this information. Because what happens is we take on a belief system which isn't even ours. None of our beliefs are ours. They all came from outside of ourselves, from our parents, our grandparents, this school system. In my case, religion. I was tossed into private Catholic school in 2nd grade through 12th grade. Yeah, I was an altar boy in church. Yeah, luckily nothing ever happened to me that happened to some other people. But the bottom line is, that was part of my training. That was part of my agreed upon soul contract. So if you have the courage or just the awareness to look at anything that happened to you and go, fuck, that sucked. But is what he's saying correct? Could it be possible that I chose that before I came down here? If you're open to that, there's your doorway to freedom right there. If you're not open to it, you're not going to move beyond your belief system and the wounds or the childhood conditioning that happened to you. It can't happen because you can't magnetize in something that you are closed-minded to. And the belief system is a tiny little prison. Yeah, your ego may not like that, but your belief system is a prison. We don't even know one little iota of the magnificence of what's out there, multi-dimensions, our abilities to create. Think if you didn't have any judgments, any less than thoughts, and your only program was whatever I think about and get excited about shows up in my reality. Boom. That's what we're moving into right now. Exactly what you think and feel is manifesting faster and faster and faster and faster. Money's difficult. Okay, well then it's difficult. Play with it. Go, okay, let's see. Am I holding on to money? Because I used to be. I grew up around money. My dad died when I was 7. My mom was scared to death. God bless her. My uncle, who was my dad's brother, had 8 kids. If you didn't eat every last pea on your plate, you couldn't leave the table. Money doesn't grow on trees. Every single program I received, and especially in the Catholic Church, lack. But give your money away to something outside of you, hoping that they will bless you. It's an inverted program, okay? So what did I do? I used to be a bartender. So I was like, okay, well, every time I go out to eat, we leave a tip usually. And when I go to leave a tip, it always seems to be like a big him and haw, like, what was she worth? What was he worth? Or whatever, and all this calculation. I'm like, blow that out of the water. Every time you leave a tip, double it. Double it. Whether it was a worse service or not, it doesn't matter. You're telling your subconscious that there's more than enough and it's always coming and there's more where that came from. Unless you own that belief, money will always be a struggle. I don't think I've ever said it that way before. It took me so long to figure that out. Every time I go to leave a tip or every time I feel like I don't have enough, I give away more to prove that there's always enough, and it always returns more. It always does every single time. And that's how I shifted my whole money thing. If it works for you, great. And I can tell you that it will, because the subconscious only knows how to do one thing, and that's take a direct order. It's either here now or it's not. Your life is either abundant or it's not. But you have to decide. You have to program the internal magnet. And you can fake it until you make it. Play games with people. Hang out with people that are going to raise your vibration. If you're hanging out with people like at the hair salon that are all bitching about how they don't like their life and their husbands suck and all this stuff, it's a pity party, then guess what you're going to attract? Because your subconscious is going, okay, remember that. Life sucks. My husband sucks. All men suck. Money's lack. I don't like my life. What do you think it's going to create? Come on, this is simple, people. This is simple. This is why I love coming on and doing this, because it solidifies it deeper within Jeff's mind. And it makes me a better friend, teacher, relationship partner, mentor, guide. And we're all this. We're all so incredible, but we've been taught that we're not. And even if you haven't found your passion or your key yet, the only reason you haven't found it, in all honesty, is because you were forced into getting a job to survive. That's the only reason. Because there's not one little child out there who's young with an imagination that has any problem getting excited about what they love, flying on a rocket ship, playing in the sandbox with the fairies, whatever it is. They don't even think twice about it. They do it. They're right there. They're in it, and it's their present moment reality. So this is the invitation. This is the invitation moving forward. Let me check my notes here before I go, because I got to get on another meeting. So yeah, to recap, the willingness to make the commitment to stop judging. Stop judging yourself and anything else. Instead, replace any reaction with, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? I would write that down personally. I mean, I spent over $100,000 learning this stuff before I ever put together this tiny little powerful, wonderful book and online course. But isn't that interesting? And you can follow up, isn't that interesting, with, what is this trying to show me or teach me about me? Because everything you're judging is just the hologram attempting to wake up your higher self. I'll say that again. Every single thing that we judge in the external is just the hologram reversed, reflecting back to us in the collective in order to wake us up to higher levels of awareness. So super, super key, super, super key. So I want to thank everybody. If you have any quick questions, you're welcome to pop them in. If anybody's interested in doing the 30-day transformation, it's the deepest dive that I know of in the shortest amount of time. You will learn not to speak in languages. You will learn not to use words like trying, need, wish, hope, should, going to, want. You will never use those words ever, ever again, because they are all telling your subconscious, it's not here yet, it's not here yet, it's not here yet, it's not here yet. What do you think your subconscious is going to do when you say, I'm trying, I'm going to, I want to, I hope, I wish, I should? Those all mean you haven't. It's not here yet. Yet everybody that I speak with, when they begin to do the 30-day journey, and it's not their fault, it's part of the spelling. We were given this language in school. All these spell words that would make sure that nothing was here in the present. All right, you getting this? So 30 days, you go through the book or the online digital course with the PowerPoint trainings, or come and have me mirror you for 30 straight days. Everything in your life and relationships and abundance and health will change. And it's my goal to get this into this should be the school program. This book will be rewritten for children, because learning what an emotional trigger is and how to clear it is the greatest tool ever. Nobody's going to carry wounds with them moving forward for even 1, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. It's not going to happen. And that's great news. That's a reason to celebrate. So if anybody's interested in doing this, and I'll tell you what, once you go through this course, you will not have abundance issues. You will not have relationship issues. You will not have any funky stuff in your vibrational field anymore. Once you see the tools and how they work and see what the mind was doing and see how the external keeps people stuck, you'll go, oh my God, the biggest aha moment will happen and you will never be able to go back to where you were. So the tools are here. Here's a link for the book, half price. You can go to portal2awakening.com. All three options are there. And I just want to thank everybody because this is great. It's my honor. It's my pleasure. This makes me feel pumped up. We are in the greatest awakening time right now. And yeah, if you're in Australia or somewhere else, they're really pushing right now. Just hold your frequency. Don't get sucked in. Unplug as much as possible. And if you have to be right in the middle of it because you have to go to WORK or whatever, then do it as the observer. You are still raising the frequency of the planet, no matter what it looks like around you. Do not let the movie fool you. Don't let the movie fool you. The light has already won. I promise you that. The light has already won. Love you guys. Thank you so much for your comments. And thank you so much for showing up. And thank you so much for staying on for 31 minutes and 33 seconds. I love it. Can't make that stuff up. Yeah. So this is it. And I invite you to go back and watch this transmission. It's simple, but there was a lot downloaded. And you implement the tools that I've shared just in this half hour and practice it every morning and consciously create your reality every single morning. Don't wake up and go, the alarm goes off. I got to get ready to work. I got to go to school. I got to get the kids ready, whatever. No, go into 0 point. Take some slow breaths. Love on your body that's been loving you since you've been in the womb. Set the frequency of your magnet. Today is going to be an incredible day. Magic shows up in my life. Abundance, the most incredible people. I can't wait to see what happens today. I'm not carrying in yesterday with me unless yesterday was amazing. Okay? Consciously create your reality every day. If you do this one thing, everything in your life will shift. I promise. All right? I got to run. Big love. Be good to each other. Stay excited. October 22nd, man, the wave is hitting and you're right here for it. Big love to everybody.